Hi, my name is Teresa and I'm here to talk to you about community mask making. In the COVID-19 pandemic, we want to make sure that we keep medical masks for medical staff and frontline workers. So these disposable masks are not to be used in the community. We should make fabric community masks. So WHO came out with some recommendations on age-appropriate sizing. They also told us about qualities. Now, for the South Asian region, it might not be all the qualities that you can access within a reasonable timeline. So WHO recommended for an outer layer that we could use polyester or polyester blend. And that may not be so easy for you to get a hold of, so there are alternatives. So for instance, you could be looking at a high density woven cotton. It could be from bedding or from a shirting. You have to make sure that it's reasonably breathable. So it can be thin, but still densely woven. It needs to be with azo-free dyes print. Of course, we love to have beautiful masks, but we cannot have them if we don't use azo-free dyes, because we need to make sure we don't breathe dangerous chemicals in. It can also be a handloom cotton, which is fairly densely woven. Still, it has to be breathable. You have to be able to speak through it, and it has to be comfortable. Then we have a middle layer, which is like an interfacing. It also needs to be very thin and fine, like this one where you actually can see the measuring tape through. This is what we reuse inside a collar of a blouse or shirt. Then we need to have an innermost layer, which is a thin cotton or bamboo. It could even be like a muslin, so it's very comfortable when it's against your skin and your nose. And again, combining the three layers, you have to test for a 3-layered mask. I will make a little note here to say that for children age 6 up to 12, it is optional whether you want to do a 2-layered or a 3-layered mask. Their comfort and therefore their eagerness to wear the mask has to be at the center of it. So if you cannot get fabrics that are fine enough with the interfacing layer, then it may be that you opt for a 2-layered mask. But I'm going to just show you how this works when you have the 3 layers. So we take the outer layer, we take the fusing, interfacing, and we take the innermost layer. And you have to test that you can breathe through and that it's comfortable. If that is the case, excellent. You wash it before you cut any fabrics and before you distribute it to anyone. So the next step is that you fuse the interfacing on the outermost layer. You then put it front to front with the innermost layer and the outer layer, and then you stitch 3 sides. Start in one corner, fasten, stitch to the next corner, turn, stitch on the sewing machine, and stitch again and fasten. That way you create a pocket. So when you have the pocket, you have a pocket opening like this. And one thing you can do before turning it is that you just trim the corners here, because then it won't be bulky when you turn it around. Then you turn it around. You see you have a little pocket here. And then the next step is for you to take the end that's still open, fold it in and press it nicely on the ironing board, and do a top stitch. And then you're ready for making your 3 pleats. So our mask we show you here is a 3 pleated community mask. You may already have a really well fitted mask for adults. Then it's very important that you check on your qualities and you scale the size and you test it a few times to see that it works fit-wise, because it's very important to be effective. So you start by folding 1 pleat and press on the ironing board. Then you fold the next, press it on the ironing board, and you fold the 3rd, pressing on the ironing board. Next step, you go back to the sewing machine and you stitch down and up again, and you do the same down and reverse direction, because then it's extra strong and you will have your pressure on the side. Then you reach the point where you have your elastics and you can just attach them at each side here. That makes for a well-fitted curve around the face mask. Or you can do it with the ties like this, where you have one that goes up behind your head, one behind the neck. Some children find that more comfortable than the elastic, but that you have to see and get some feedback on. And then again, you have the good shape. I do recommend that you have a white innermost layer, because it's easy to see if it gets dirty, and we have to remember to wash our reusable mask. So I just want to make sure we cover the sizes. So for this 3 pleated community mask, an adult size are 3 layers, 20.5 centimeter by 20.5, innermost layer, filtration layer, and outer layer. Then we have elastic that is 19 centimeter times 2, or ties 4 times 45 centimeter. For the adolescent, 12 and up, we have 18.5 times 18.5, 3 layers, because they have to follow the adult instructions. We really do want to try and make the best possible mask. So an outer layer, filtration layer, which is the interfacing, and then the innermost layer. The elastic, 19 centimeter again, or 4 ties, 45 by 45. Jersey t-shirt can be absolutely super for cutting the ties. Then we have from 6 and above, 16.5 times 16.5. We have the elastic 18.5 times 18.5 twice, or the 4 ties of 40 centimeter each. And I just want to show you if you sort of see the proportion between the sizes. So here we have an adult, an adolescent, and the children from 6 and up. WHO do not recommend that children under 6 should wear the mask. We can't keep an eye on them all the time, and we really want to make sure that we focus on source control, and that we can do when masks are well fitted, the children are comfortable, and we can try and get them back into school. So it's very important we look out for each other. This is really about social solidarity. It's about doing it for each other. It's about me wearing a mask, being kind to you, and you wearing a mask. So with that, I will put on a mask. I will make sure that it gets a little squeeze here. It fits nice and snug here. Nice fit around here, and I just pull it down here, and you can see it also fits nicely under the chin. So then we are ready to work on mask, and I wish you all the best of luck, and let us know if there's more we can do for you. Thank you.